Hello, Leo. This is your horoscope for December 2023. As we start the month, the main focus is definitely on Sagittarius, which I think is exciting for you because Sagittarius is a fellow fire sign. You embrace Sagittarius energies generally pretty well. And not only that, but as the Sun and Mars continue to move through Sagittarius, they're going to be trining whatever planets or bodies positions that you have in Leo. And so this will be a very strong, very fun time for you, generally speaking. You may very easily connect with your own energy, your own ambition at this time. Specifically, Sun and Mars are moving through your fifth house, so they're lighting up your area of creativity, playfulness, whatever you do for playful creativity or self-expression. So is there a hobby or a pastime that you do that involves your own creative expression? Something that you do for fun could even be something you do for work if that involves creating a product or fulfilling a service that you truly express yourself in or are proud of, etc. It's whatever you're proud about, whatever you have fun with. So that's generally the focus as we start out this month. Definitely a kind of more fun and exciting part of the chart that's being lit up for you. The other main focus for this month is definitely going to be Capricorn. So as we start the month, Mercury will be transiting through Capricorn. Later, the Sun will enter Capricorn as well, and Mercury will actually go back into Sagittarius. But as these planets transit Capricorn, and increasingly the focus becomes more on Capricorn as we go on through the month, um, Capricorn is your sixth house. This means that you are increasingly focusing on your own health, your own lifestyle, your own financial planning, etc. I always say this is not the most exciting part of life, but this is a part of life that we need to maintain and have a good relationship with in order for life to be fun and exciting, right? So it's definitely a necessary part of life, I think. So generally speaking, you're going to be increasingly busy, learning more, maybe making those, lifestyle changes and adjustments, changes to diet, nutrition, exercise, etc., etc. That's also a big focus for you this month as well. At this point, at this point, we've talked about most of the inner planets. I just haven't talked about Venus yet. So, starting out this month, we start out with Venus in Libra for the first few days. That means that Venus is bringing love, abundance, pleasure to your casual relationships, friendships. This is like neighbors, siblings, friends, acquaintances, coworkers. In all of these areas, you're being your typical Leo self, shining very brightly, maybe enjoying those relationships more than usual. This will change though a few days into December when Venus enters Scorpio. So we're going to talk about what that means. Later in the month, Venus will actually enter Sagittarius as well. So we're going to talk about what all that means and more. Specifically, I want to go through some key dates this month that will be, basically bringing about some changes that will be affecting you. So we're going to talk about what those changes are and how they will affect you personally. So the first change is something that we've actually already addressed. This is on December 1st when Mercury leaves Sagittarius and enters Capricorn. Again, this just means going forward you are learning more about and maybe communicating more about your own lifestyle changes, your own diet, nutrition, exercise, financial planning, etc., etc. You may be more busy in these areas than normal, and again, also maybe learning more about those parts of your life as well. It's a great day for getting more information about lifestyle changes, or maybe making some tweaks or adjustments to your lifestyle as well. Going forward to Monday, December 4th, this is the day where Venus leaves Libra and enters Scorpio. So it's basically just showing that rather than enjoying being out and about in your neighborhood or in your like local traveling through your community and such like that, rather than that being where the pleasure and the desire are for you, now they're more on just staying at home. With Venus transiting the fourth sign from you, you're really enjoying and appreciating your own home or whatever is familiar to you. So you may just be spending more time in familiar places, more time with people that are already familiar to you, indulging in your favorite traditional pastimes, whatever those are. That's more so where the enjoyment and the pleasure are going to be for you for much of this month. This could also have literally to do with maybe just staying at home more, spending more time with family or roommates, stuff like that, etc. For Wednesday, December 6th, this is the day where Neptune turns direct at 24 degrees Pisces. For you, Pisces is your 8th house. So, and Neptune is kind of a mixed bag. With Neptune turning direct, just like it sounds like, its energies are coming back online, affecting us in a more direct and literal type of way. And Neptune is, I think it's a difficult energy. Maybe that's just because I'm a Virgo, but Neptune makes things confusing, right? It makes things a bit subjective, and we can be paranoid, or we can partake in delusions of grandeur with Neptune. It's hard to see things clearly. And for you, Neptune is an area of your chart that corresponds to your finances, your investments. So this has to do with any kind of stocks, credit cards, bank accounts, any kind of money that's owed to you, or money that you owe other people or institutions. That's what I'm talking about here. Any kind of long-term investments, etc., etc., debt, inheritance, taxes, etc. A lot of fun stuff, right? But again, Neptune turning direct here, I would be very cautious of this. You may see your finances as being better than they actually are. Could be the other way around. You could be paranoid about your finances when they're actually not in a bad place. So I would just say, use discernment, use extra caution. That never hurts, especially when we're talking finance and things like that. Neptune could also have to do with spirituality. So you could have like some kind of intuitive flash or breakthrough involving your finances and investments as well. So definitely use that, make the most of it. But again, just use your own discernment. Maybe be a little extra cautious with your finances and spending and investments moving forward. All right. For Tuesday, December 12th, we've got a new moon in Sagittarius. This is much more exciting than what we were just talking about. This new moon will happen at 20 degrees Sagittarius. So pay special attention if you have any placements around 20 degrees Leo. They're going to make a trine with this new moon, and that could be very strong, very exciting for you. But even if your placements in Leo are elsewhere in the sign, this new moon is still trining you by sign, so it's supporting you. Sagittarius energies are easy for you to experience because they're kind of similar to Leo. It's another fire sign. It's supporting you in your own self-expression, expansion, being spontaneous, all this stuff that you are probably good at if you've got Leo placements and energies and whatnot, right? New moon specifically is a new beginning, just like it sounds like. It's also a great time for getting reacquainted with what are your intentions, specifically having to do with your own creative self-expression, creative projects, hobbies, pastimes, etc. How can you tap into your creativity on a new level or in a new way? Are there certain creative projects that you would like to become more involved with, or maybe step away from more, or maybe just change your role in, generally speaking, etc.? These are the questions that may be brought up on and around December 12th with this new moon. This could also be a great time for maybe some kind of new creative project. I guess I already said that, but something new is kind of coming in, a new creativity, a new project, something like that. This could be a really great time for having a new idea of some kind of creative project. It could also have to do with children. Are children a part of your life? Again, would you like to involve yourself more with these children, or maybe less with the children? Maybe just change that dynamic, whatever. That's kind of what's being brought up with that new moon. For December 13th, Mercury turns retrograde at 8 degrees Capricorn. This is your 6th house, so you're kind of going back and rethinking your lifestyle in some kind of way. Am I truly healthy? Is my health the way it should be? Maybe I've been thinking too much about my health. Maybe I haven't been thinking enough. Maybe I need to make some changes, or, maybe you'd like to make some changes with your nutrition, exercise, again, like financial planning. Maybe you're just being more frugal, whatever it is. There could be some kind of need to, rethink. Let's go back. Let's kind of integrate or process something going on there in those parts of your life. Okay. Definitely not the most exciting transit, but it may be necessary for gaining a stronger understanding of your own kind of lifestyle, or maybe having, better habits, stuff like that. Definitely not fun, but maybe necessary for you. For December 21st, this is the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere. It's the summer solstice in the southern. This is also the day where Sun leaves Sagittarius and enters Capricorn. So again, Sun is entering this part of your life that has to do with your health, your lifestyle, finances. There are multiple signs that have to do with finances, but this is more about like budgeting and, planning, etc. So that's just where the general focus is for you. That's where the energy is. You may be more motivated, more active with your, lifestyle, your habits, your health, things like that. That's just generally where the focus is moving forward. For December 23rd, Mercury does the opposite of what the Sun just did. So Mercury retrogrades from Capricorn and it goes back into Sagittarius. So this means that there's some kind of unfinished business there for you. What is going on with your creative projects, your fun, your enjoyment in life? Where do you express yourself creatively, or where is the fun for you? Where are children a part of your life? It could have to do with that as well. But in any of these areas, there's some kind of unfinished business. There's something that maybe you haven't had a very thorough understanding or appreciation of. So there's some kind of need to go back. There could be also something coming up from the past. So past creative projects, maybe children that used to be a part of your life in the past. These things may kind of pop up, for you to deal with now going forward as well. For December 26th, we've got a full moon in Cancer. The full moon will be at 4 degrees Cancer, where the moon is opposing the sun, which is at 4 degrees Capricorn. So really it's highlighting not just Cancer, but also the entire Capricorn Cancer axis, which for you has to do with your 6th, 12th house axis. This is, I would say, the most difficult axis for you, or for anyone. The 6th, 12th house axis is kind of difficult because it deals with integration, it deals with our health, our well-being, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. It has to do with our spirituality. Oftentimes when we have like transits, or in this case a full moon in the 12th house, it can indicate a time of loss or a time of mourning, maybe a time of being alone and kind of just processing. So I think with this full moon, it shows that you've got something really heavy on your mind. You've got something that you're still dealing with, you're still working out. So this may be a time where you just want to be alone and kind of just be with your own thoughts in order to process these types of things. With this type of full moon and this type of opposition, it can make you feel crazy. It can be destabilizing. There's something going on in your subconscious that hasn't fully emerged or been worked out yet. But on the other hand, this may be an excellent time for you to just process. So if you can possibly get away from it all, that's kind of what I would suggest. Of course, it's important to use balance, like, use moderation, right? Maybe just spend a little bit of time alone. Don't completely isolate yourself, because that can be destabilizing as well. We are social creatures, but we all need kind of a breather from time to time. This could also be a really great time for doing things that are methodical or slow in nature. So like reading a book, watching a relaxing like movie, or listening to like very chill music, maybe even going on like a run or a walk, or exercising in some kind of way, something that allows you to just kind of tune out, maybe not only very pleasing right now and kind of relaxing, but also really important for you to kind of digest whatever you're going through. Even like certain mundane chores, like cooking is a great example. It's methodical in nature. Even certain chores like dishes or laundry, I know aren't the most fun thing in the world, but they can allow us to kind of relax, and it's almost kind of like meditating. If you like meditating, that is a great activity, etc. These things will really be necessary around this full moon for you to not only avoid feeling crazy or burnt out, but building that intuition and processing whatever you're going through. Okay. For Friday, December 29th, this is where Venus leaves Scorpio and enters Sagittarius. I think this is very exciting for you because, again, any planet in Sagittarius is going to be trining your Leo placements. It's a fellow fire sign. It's generally easy for you to work with planets that are there, but especially Venus. Venus brings that pleasure, that abundance, that fun. It brings that enjoyment. Specifically with Venus transiting through Sagittarius for the next few weeks, it's showing that for you, the pleasure and the desire are focused on your own creative self-expression, your creative projects, etc. And not only are you having more fun with these types of things moving forward, but you may also have more success. You might find success more easily, more naturally in these areas with Venus in that part of the sky for you. And then lastly, for Saturday, December 30th, Jupiter turns direct at 5 degrees Taurus. This is your 9th house, so this is actually very exciting. Jupiter is coming back online. It's affecting us in a more literal, visceral type of way. And with Jupiter at the top of your chart in Taurus, it means that as far as your career and reputation go, you are coming across more confident, more optimistic than usual. If you have major Leo placements, you typically come across pretty confident and optimistic anyway, but especially going forward with it for the next several months with Jupiter direct in your 10th house, that's really how people are connecting with you. You're coming across, even more optimistic than normal, more expansive. There could also be expansion in your career or reputation, so it could be a really great time for like expanding your role in your workplace or in public, etc. So definitely a fun and productive transit for sure for you going forward. And again, this lasts many months, so you have a lot of time to enjoy that one. Okay, and that's pretty much what I have for you for this month. So honestly, it looks like a pretty exciting month. You're having a lot of fun expressing yourself, having a lot of fun, but also maybe making some important lifestyle adjustments and changes as well. So a little bit multifaceted, but that generally looks like a pretty strong time for you. So I really hope you enjoy this month, and good luck to you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.